Hi, just going to give a little bit of an overview for the joy and inspiration text, quest for happiness photo essay, and then reflecting on the quest for happiness photo essay. So right up here at the top, when you start in the announcements, I said, please review the joy and inspiration questions that are in here. These are the guiding questions for the course, and you don't need to write anything down for them, but just think about them, get yourself in the frame of mind for these assignments. So this one is a comprehension assignment. So it has you watching some things this time, and even when we view something, we use some of the same strategies or similar strategies as when we read. Before, during, and after. So first I'm going to start you off with a TED Talk here and this 4-quadrant chart to fill in. It can just be some jot notes. You see I put it for 20 marks. So aim for about 5 points each, or if connections only has 4 points in it, then try and put 6 points in the concepts. Like aim for 20 points overall to show your understanding. Number 2 is just a quick little commercial. To watch. What are your impressions, thoughts, feelings? And then how could doing something like this, what the girl does in the video, affect a person's daily life? Okay, so there's 2 parts there. Your impressions is the first part, and then answering this question is the second part. Number 3 is an article. We're coming up to Thanksgiving, and this article is based around there. So what are your impressions? Do you agree, disagree, explain? And then I want you to monitor your gratitude for a week. And this is the reason that the assignment isn't due until next Monday, because if you're monitoring your gratitude for a week, you can't exactly hand it in. So I don't care how you monitor it, and you don't have to show me this part unless you want to, whatever form you're comfortable with. This is the part here that I want you to share. At the end of the week, reflect on what you noticed, any patterns. You can give some examples. What did you learn? Was there any value in it? Did you share it? Okay, so there's 5 questions there. So I figured in a decent reflection, you should be able to come up with about 15 points. Be thorough, be clear, give examples. Okay, so while you're monitoring your gratitude, so you're going to leave this part until the end of the week here, the reflection. So you can move on to this. Reading this article, I did it with my face-to-face class this year, so this is new. And I'm asking you to annotate as you read, and I'm going to link up some instructions on annotating just in case you're not sure what I mean by that. It's just a way to engage with the reading as you go. And if you're annotating, I would recommend that you print it off because that will give you practice, really good practice at doing this. But you can annotate on a Google Doc as well. Okay, but after reading, there's a couple of questions to answer there. So this assignment, I have it in my head that you're working on it Monday and Tuesday. And then finishing up this reflection part on Friday at the end of the week. Okay, so that is that one. And then this is your first big compose and create assignment. It's a quest for happiness photo essay. So some questions. This is the assignment here. Take some photos of what makes a community or you as an individual happy. So I've given you a couple different levels there depending on how willing you are to share. So if you are willing, then do your own personal happiness. If you're not so willing to share, then a community. And a community can be many things. It can be the community in which you live. It could be a team community. It could be a church community. Okay. It's just an ecosystem of happiness. So I'm big on metaphors. These are original photos. It could be photos that you already have, or maybe you now have a few ideas, or you're going to think of some new ideas and go intentionally and on purpose take some photos. Okay. And there's some more instructions here. This is important. I want you to include an introduction as if you were sharing this photo essay with a group, okay? So as if you had to get up in front of the class and share it, but you're not actually presenting it. But beginning, middle, and ends are very important in presentations. So do consider that. Like just like in an essay, you need an intro, a body, and a conclusion. So even in a presentation, you need a beginning, a middle, and an end. So here's a rubric here on how I'm going to assess. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay. And then on this third page, I created this example just to help with the introduction, because the first couple times I did this assignment, I wasn't getting what I wanted. So here is a little bit more details and an example. Okay, so I want you to go back to those guiding questions that I mentioned at the beginning. This would be my definition of happiness. I wrote this last year, and it's probably changed a little bit. But I thought about those guiding questions, and if I was creating the photo essay, I would work it around this. Okay, so if you have questions about this week's work, please send me a message.